during our prep yesterday, we got to watch the trailer of a film that's coming out called Waves. And it was right away, JR was like, okay, this is emotional.
It's deep.
And I was like, wait a minute, I think I'm going to cry watching the trailer.
Right.
So in the studio right now, we have Sterling K. Brown, Kelvin Harrison Jr., Taylor Russell. Welcome you guys to the show. We appreciate
What's
it.
going on, Morning Culture?
Hey, and Sterling, I just want to let you know, I almost did not do this interview.
Yeah.
Out of respect that I would do it justice for the women in the studio. Dude, because this morning I even slipped up and I was like, Sterling Brown, K. Sterling K. Brown.
Can't forget the K, bro.
He is the whole guy. Mr. This Is Us. Our champion, our black hero.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
My goodness. This
Dude,
is
I
too
was
much.
like, wait a minute, who walking in here, Obama?
Not even close, man. I appreciate the love that everybody gives. I love Randall. I love the TV show. I love acting. I'm really happy to be here supporting this film, Waves, with Taylor and Kelvin, who kill it. I can't wait for folks to see it the 22nd. It is something special. It's a black family that you haven't seen on screen before. They have their own trials and tribulations. A tragedy does happen in the middle of the film, right? You may shed a tear or two. I'm just saying it may not be 3, but a tear or 2.
Okay.
Right? And then you get a chance to see a family deal with that tragedy and make it through to the other side. So I'm excited for folks to take it in.
You know, I have to tell you, just by watching the trailer,
Yeah.
I see so much emotion coming out for a father that wants the best for his child, right? And I'm just watching a 2-minute trailer
Yeah, man.
where I hear you say, I do all of this for you.
Right.
Yeah.
This is all for you. And as a father of kids,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I really want to shake my damn kids and understand, do you understand how hard I work for you?
Yeah.
You know, and they
Exactly.
think I'm being like too critical and overbearing, and I'm like, yo, but in the end, you're going to appreciate it. And dude, you like, in just a 2-minute clip,
I appreciate it.
and you're crying. Oh my God. And you're crying. I'm like, y'all two were like crybabies in the trailer. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to cry and I don't even have them as my own kids.
Yeah,
We're all
Taylor,
crying.
Kelvin, what was it like being on set, being in such an emotional movie?
I mean, it felt emotional for sure. We cried all the time.
So you did cry all the time.
Trailers and oh yeah,
A dramatic set.
it was a dramatic set. It was really lovely though. I mean, it was like one of the best summers of my life, and it was just so much. We were in Florida, and it just felt like I don't know, an experiment of some sort. I don't know what. It was crazy.
Almost like the director just turned the cameras on and let life take place in front of it. You know what I'm saying? You'll see. These kids, I shouldn't even be calling them kids. They're grown-ass people, right?
Yeah.
They're 25, but they play younger in the film. They destroy it. Like when you see it, you're gonna be like, yo, we had Taylor Russell and Kelvin Harrison Jr. in the studio. It's like that. It's
Well,
like that.
let me just say, I'm a Taylor Russell fan.
Yeah.
And let me tell you where I became a fan. Don't laugh at me.
Okay.
I'm a sci-fi
Lost
geek.
in
So when
Space,
Lost in
here it
Space
comes.
came out, like you killed that role, right?
Thanks.
But then when you played in Escape the Room,
Escape
I was like,
he said escape
dang.
the room.
When she
It's
did
called
Escape the Room.
but he said escape the room.
Okay, but because that's
Like
where
you
we
got
go.
the sugar. I love
That's
it.
where we go. So here in Atlanta, it's called Escape the Room.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so you go, there's a couple places downtown where you go and you have, so when I had just gone with my kids and played in the game.
Yeah.
Like you pay all this money and then you got to get out, right?
Yeah.
And then when the movie came out, I was like, oh, we going.
That's
and
what's
we
up.
went so Escape Room. Thank you. Thank you. And Kelvin,
for
like
going to see it.
your resume is incredible as well.
So I have a quick question. Was there immediate chemistry between you three on set, or was it something like you guys hung out, got to know each other a little more, and then was like, okay, this is how we're gonna play this out?
It was pretty immediate. I mean, I met Taylor through a mutual friend on FaceTime, and I was like, who is that? She looks like she could play me. She's beautiful.
I'm beautiful. She's beautiful. We should be family.
Black
Chemistry.
family, you know what I mean? Like, that's first and foremost. And then we kind of connected, and we were just hanging out and stuff. And after that, then I got to meet SKB for lunch.
Yeah.
And I was like so nervous, and I was just like, but I have so much admiration, and like I was like, this is cool.
So you were
I
kinda
get to talk
starstruck
to
a
him.
little bit?
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. But I was shaking and stuff, but I was trying to play cool. So I was like, "How you doing, sir?" You know what I'm saying? Like, really excited about this movie. I've been working out. You know what I mean?
Been working out.
Yeah, no, my man, because he's a wrestler in the film, so he was wrestling twice a day and lifting, like eating 3,000 calories a day, because he was a $115 before and got up to like a $160.
Oh, wow.
So he put in work. He put in real work. For me, it was one of those things where I was going back and forth doing This Is Us during the week, and I was shooting the film on the weekends, right? So flying back and forth from LA to Florida, doing that. We would connect when we were there. Like, I didn't get a lot of time, so I asked a lot of questions. And we would be on set and we just get a chance to talk to each other, vibe with each other, because it's hard to carry something in front of the camera that doesn't exist beforehand.
Right.
And while it wasn't a lot of time, the time that we had was quality.
Okay.
Is there what's the significance of Florida? Because I know it takes place. It's called Waves, and it takes place in South Florida.
That is correct.
Yeah. So I grew up in South Florida. So what was the significance of that?
So our director, Trey Edward Schultz, lives in Florida with his girlfriend. He's been there for how many years? 6, 7 years, something like that. Originally from Texas, and it's sort of a love letter of his to that region of the country. The story is autobiographical and then goes into fictional narrative. So some of the things are very close to his life, and then some things are extrapolations and things that are fictional. They have 2 relationships in the movie, and each relationship sort of parallels different places of where he was with his own girlfriend, different points in their relationship.
Wow.
So it's autobiographical to a certain extent.
November 22nd, it goes down. We can all
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead and see Waves. And you spoke about This Is Us.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that in a minute because you just keep doing so many emotional roles.
Yeah, man. For some reason, I got these people crying in the streets, bro. But I'm trying to find something to make them laugh a little bit.
Okay, so before we went to the break, Sterling, we began to talk about you.
Yeah.
And just so everybody knows how important of a role your role is in This Is Us. In 2018, you became the first African-American actor to win a Golden Globe
Oh, wow.
and the best actor in a television drama category,
Yeah.
which you won for This Is Us. The same year, you became the first African-American actor to win a Screen Actors Guild in the Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in the Drama category for This Is Us.
Yeah.
You also were part of that year's Screen Actor Guild Award win for Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Drama Series, again,
Yeah.
for This Is Us.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Man,
To
I
God
know
be the
you
glory,
you
man.
worked hard for a long time, and that. How did that feel? How did it feel for you to get an award and somebody say you were the first?
It feels kind of crazy, right? It's not like you feel like first were happening a long time ago and that they're not still happening right now. I didn't feel prepared for it. It's not like I had Branch Rickey saying it's gonna be hard out there for you, kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just one of those things where I was only informed about it about a week before I got the award. They're like, if you won, you would be the first in the 75 years of the Golden Globes to have won this award for this category, and the first in the history of the SAG Awards to do it. I'm blessed, man. You know, like my mom always says, blessed and highly favored. Like, God's favor is on you. And for some reason or another, it has proven to be the case. I don't even know if I am deserving, but I am incredibly appreciative of the moment.
You are an extremely talented actor. You're also a very smart person, you know, graduating from Stanford.
Yes, sir.
Where you were there, you met your wife.
Yes.
And you both are now what people are calling like relationship goals. What do you attribute that to?
First of all, so we've been married for 13 years.
Wow.
Right? We went to undergrad together. We went to grad school together.
Oh, you graduated
right?
from grad school too?
Well, yeah, we went to NYU for grad school where we got our Masters of Fine Arts in Acting. And we were together and apart and together and apart, together and apart. Then we had like this 3.5-year period where we didn't talk to each other, right? Like, she almost got married to somebody else. I dated other people very seriously. And then after 3.5 years, we're like, wait a minute. I think you're the love of my life. And she's like, I guess you're the love of my life too, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we've been together for 13 years. And the testimony of any marriage is not the fact that you don't have problems, right? Like every marriage goes through something, but you guys collectively decide what's a deal breaker, what you can and cannot work your way through, right? And so you've had the highs and lows of careers that you have to negotiate. You know, parenthood is a new chapter, and we got an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old, and it's a blessing and it's a joy, but it's also a lot of work. You know, every parent out there will attest, like it's real.
Right.
Can't give them back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the things that you are dealing with in your marriage kind of get exacerbated once you have children, because then you're like, I gotta take care of these kids. Let's make sure we don't forget to take care of each other.
Right.
You know, what I love about my wife is that anytime things sort of get tenuous or whatnot, we don't stop talking to each other. Right? I feel like the times in which things get most fraught is like if we go a long time with something on our minds and we don't put it out there for each other,
right,
then things can build. But we do a pretty good job of making sure that never goes for too long. A testimony of any sort of relationship when it comes to relationship goals is that you keep choosing each other. Day in, day out. There's no automatic cruise control button that you can press on this marriage game and be like, it'll take care of itself.
Right.
Like when you think that you've gotten to that place, you're in the wrong spot. Because you got to keep looking that person in the eye and be like, you good? Like, you good?
Right.
You good?
I'm
yeah,
good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
There
I'm
you
better
go.
now.
That's
Thank you.
That's how
What-
they do
what-
it.
what
What
day
did
at a
she
time.
say to you after you became the first and won that award? What words did your wife say to you?
She said, Negro, you think you special now.
But here, you still daddy.
You still just Sterling Brown. I ain't calling you Sterling K in the house, right? Sometimes I just give you Sterl, and sometimes it's just Brown.
And sometimes it's
Brown,
Ling.
Brown, you gotta take this trash out, Brown. You know what I'm saying? No, she hugged me and she looked at me because I think she had a recognition of the moment even before I realized how big of a deal it was. She was like, Sterl, like, you the first, man. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, this really just happened.
Yeah,
and
amen.
and we get to share in it too, because all of my success is directly attributable to her. Like, I can't do any of it. I got these two beautiful boys who I love and adore, who she holds down while I'm flying off to Florida to shoot this and come to Atlanta to shoot Black Panther and going to Buffalo to shoot Marshall, right? Like, I know that my family is solid, that my children are taken care of, and it's such a joy to have that base, right? And to know that you have somebody holding you down. And now she gets to be on her show, First Wives Club on BET Plus. Please check it out because she's a killer and she's destroying the game. And so we both get a chance to shine together, and it feels really, really
Awesome.
good.
I have a quick question. How long were you acting before you, one, became famous, and two, actually won your award?
Yeah, so graduated from NYU in 2001.
Okay.
Right? So I was acting for about 14 years before People vs. OJ came around. So some people know Army Wives. So shout out to the Army Wives fans who are out there, right? But most folks sort of found me once I got to the People vs. OJ. So shot that in 2015, and then it came out in 2016. So I would say that was the beginning of like a new crest of awareness for your boy. Yeah.
You're in Atlanta. This is Black excellence.
Talk
down
to me.
here. We saw what Tyler Perry was able to do. There are a lot of
Yeah.
people who want to follow your footsteps. What do you say to the folks who are like flocking to this city to be where you are one day?
I say, don't ever try to be a version of somebody else who's already doing what they're doing. What you have is unique and special in and of itself, and everything that you need comes from you. So those times in my career when I thought I wanted to be like the next Denzel or the next Don or the next Sam, when I started to focus on like what's special about Sterling is enough,
Right.
then other people were able to see that too. So never feel as if you have to go outside of yourself for your specialness.
Do you find yourself, even when you were on the set of Waves,
Yeah.
do you find yourself mentoring these two young superstars, or do you find yourself actually learning from them?
Yes.
Which one?
I feel like it's a two-way street, you know? Like if I have something to share, or if they have questions of me, I'm more than happy to answer those questions or whatnot. But I'm just as fascinated by their process, by the way that they approach the work, as I think maybe they were of mine. Like it's a mutual learning
So
experience.
let's take the scene when you two, Kelvin, you were in the scene,
Yeah.
talking to him, and he's crying. Like that to me is like a peak of an actor's thing, to be able to like cry when you're supposed to cry, and you're delivering a certain emotion and you're getting into this role. Was that like practice? How does that happen for somebody who just doesn't know?
You look into somebody's eyes and you commit to tell the truth, right? I feel like a lot of people have this idea that acting is about deception and about sort of like trying to pull one over on somebody. What it's about is sort of investing in the given circumstances of the characters and what they're trying to achieve, and just making that reality your reality. You know, you don't expect anybody else to believe it if you don't believe it for yourselves, yeah?
And Kelvin, how did you start just crying? Because dude, like you young, but you like, dude, I felt hurt.
I don't know. I have a great scene partner that's be opposite me. So you just look at him, and he's so honest and he's so pure, and you can see like this man that I have so much admiration for, kind of like bare his soul and strip down those walls of what what we think he is. And when you do that, you can't do anything but just want to react the same way. You know, we're in the moment together.
Listen, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys coming in. You know, congratulations to your young careers.
Yeah. Thank you.
And again, I remain a fan. Do your thing, girl. I know Escape Room 2 is coming out. You get ready to do it again. I can't wait. Thank you both. And Sterling K. Brown, thank you.